This is an explanation for week 2. I'm in the week 2 module now, and I'm going to click on the activities and the drop box for week 2. This week, you're going to read chapter 2, which is all about effective instructional planning. It starts on page 32, so read the chapter first. And then the next activity you will complete is to watch the video and view the resources to write objectives in the Objectives and Lesson Plan folder. Now, you know, teachers write objectives. They're called instructional objectives so that they can make sure that their students are on target to completing the work they need to complete. And they write objectives to make sure that students will master the work that they're doing. And if they don't master it, the objective indicates that. So I'm going to go to that folder. So you'll need to go out of week 2 here, and you will go back to that main menu and scroll down to you see Objectives and Lesson Plans, and you'll click on that. In this folder, you're going to view this video here that's instructional objectives in an ABCD format. You're going to write your objective in a particular way, and I call it the ABCD format. It's a pretty simple way to write objectives, and you'll write all of your objectives for this course in that format. You may need to look at the Bloom's verb wheel for verbs for the behavior that you're going to put into your objective. There's some action verbs. There's also some models using the ABCD format for objectives, and you can look at this article as well as this one. Once you have checked out all of these resources, you can go then back to week 2, which means I have to go back into the course, and I'm going to go to which I'm already in the course, but I guess it takes me out when I do go to the other folder. But I'm going to go back to the learning modules, and you'll see I have more in mind because I have the instructor mode. You only have week 1 and week 2 so far because you're in the student mode. But in the activities drop box, you're going to post. You're going to write an objective and post that in ABCD format, which is observable and measurable. You're going to use a hobby or an interest you have to write your objective. And you don't have to write the name of the hobby. I can see if I can guess it. But here is my objective. Given a stack of new children's literature, the student will be able to select 2 books to be read in free time over the next month. Now, if I were to dissect this objective into the 4 parts of an objective, the A is the audience, and you'll see here the student will be able to. B, what will the students do? They're going to read 2 books. That's the behavior for my objective. C is the condition. What tools do they need? Under what condition will they complete this activity? They will need to be given a stack of children's books that they're going to choose 2 from, and they're going to read 2 books over the next month, which is the degree. Now, if they don't read 2 books, they haven't mastered this objective, and I would have to recreate another objective, and maybe I would have to have them read 1 book in 2 weeks, and then the other book in the other 2 weeks. Maybe that would do it. You have to teach different. You can't teach the same way you did before if they haven't mastered it because they did not apparently understand the material you gave them in the strategy or the approach you used. So you may have to think of a different way to teach them. And my hobby, or what my interest is, of course, is reading children's books, and you know that already. But that's my objective, and that's all you're going to write for your first activity is in your response to create an objective, and you can write out the 4 parts so you can see. Now, is this measurable? They're going to read. I don't know if I can actually observe that because unless I watch them read, but I might ask them some questions about the books to make sure they have read it, see if they have comprehended what they read. But it is measurable because they have to read 2 books, and they would have to show me the 2 books. So it is observable and measurable. Now, your next activity is to view the video explaining the lesson plan and review the lesson plan template. Both of these are in the objectives and lesson plan folder, the folder we were just in. And what you need to do is go back to that folder. There is a video that explains the educational studies lesson plan template, and then there is the template. And you do need to watch that. And then using that template, you're going to actually find a social studies lesson plan online. You're going to then modify that plan to fit that information from that lesson into the educational studies lesson plan template. You should be able to do it fairly easily because you will already have a lesson that you don't have to recreate. You just have to modify so it fits the template. And then you're going to post the template. I will make some corrections and give you some feedback in regards to your lesson plan because you will be creating some additional lessons later on in the course. That's your independent work, your individual work this week. I'm going to take you down to the group work, which is in the next folder, and you'll see that here. Each member of the group will select one link to the backward planning chain of unit planning responsibilities found in Chapter 2. Using evidence from the textbook, explain the question posed for each of the links. In responding to the link, be sure to include enough information from the textbook to provide a detailed, comprehensive response to best understand the link. Now, most groups will only have 3. If there is a 4th member in your group, the 4th member will respond to the last question below the links. Once all the members have posted information for the links question, which is due by Wednesday, the other members will add an idea to each of the other members' responses. So if you are responsible for link 3, you will add an idea to link 1's response and the person who has created the response for link 2, and if you have a 4th member, to the 4th question. If you only have 3, you only have to do the 2 other members. It's just an idea, so you'll need to read on some of the information and see what you can add to the response. Link 1 is called desired results. You find that on page 37 through 41, and the question you need to respond to is, what do I want students to know or be able to do? Link 2 is all about assessment strategies. That's pages 41 through 50. What will I accept as evidence of understanding and proficiency? And link 3 is about the learning experience and the instruction, pages 50 through 60. The question you're going to respond to is, what instructional strategies and learning activities can best bring about the desired results? If you are the 4th member in the group, you're going to respond to the following questions. How are lesson plans constructed? This is on page 53 through page 59. Be sure to include the key features of a lesson plan according to the textbook, but you may also use the components of the Educational Studies lesson plan template found in the Objective and Lesson Plans folder. So it looks like this week you'll be using the textbook, you'll be using the Objective and Lesson Plans folder, and you will then be posting your work either in the Dropbox or in the group work, and you're going to be responding to the members of your group in this group work this week. And that pretty much explains week 2 in the work that you will need to do. As always, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to email me or leave a message here in Blackboard. I'll try to respond to you as quickly as I see it. Otherwise, I'll see you online.